like, it's all evolved perfectly. Why would we then put chemicals on things which are unnatural? Like, 33 health tips, but a whole year later, actually over a year later. And it's crazy. It's been a year already. I hope you, if you do watch my videos, then I hope you are enjoying them. One of my first tips is earthing. I think I did speak about this in my previous video, but since then I have bought myself an earthing mat, and it's on my bed, so I earth myself every single day when I'm at home. And I really notice a difference when I move or I sleep elsewhere for a few days. If I go on holiday, I get a migraine. If I stay at Sharav's house, I get a migraine because I don't have that earthing mat earthing me every single night. Earthing, I've got a whole video on that, but it's basically how an earthing mat works is the fabric has little strands of silver in it, which is conductive, and then there's like an earthing mat, like little patch, and that connects to a wire which connects to the plug. You don't turn the plug on. The only parts of the plug that are metal, so are conducting, is the top one in England, and that one is the one that is the earthing wire, which earths every single product, and the two at the bottom of the plug are plastics. They are not conducting any electricity. It's just earthing, and that's why you don't need to turn it on, because the earthing wire goes all the time, and that's how an earthing mat works. I didn't actually explain that in my earthing video, so there you go. Now the next one is water. I spoke about this in my last one, 100%. I know I speak about it in almost every single video. I've learnt some more about spring water. Fluoride and treated water isn't as good for our body, and it's not always alkaline, which I'll get onto. But try and drink more spring water. You don't have to drink completely spring water, because you do have to buy spring water, which is a bit of a bummer, and obviously the plastic as well. I drink spring water from Evian, which is made of 50% recycled plastic, 100% recyclable, and I think by 2020 or by 2021 they are making a promise to go completely reusable plastic that the things are being made from, so that will be, it's worth investing in them basically. And also you get the spring water as well. And fluoride, basically, apart from other things, the main thing I'm concerned about is the pineal gland in your brain, and fluoride shrinks that. The pineal gland does shrink over time as you grow older if you don't use it. So like yogis, their pineal gland grows because they use it so much. It's like the spiritual part of your brain. But yeah, so fluoride is like a catalyst for part of your brain shrinking, and that scares the pants out of me. I don't want that to happen, so I try and stay away from fluoride. But also just having treated water is like, why would you have something that's been pumped with chemicals and unnatural things when you can just have natural, unprocessed water? Like, it just makes sense. Okay, so the next point I have is organic food. I spoke about this in my migraines video. I don't know if I spoke about it last year. Organic food really changes everything. Even if you're a meat eater, organic meat, meat that just hasn't been treated with hormones, chemicals, meat that's stress-free, is so much better for you. Helps you lose weight, doesn't clog you up as much, doesn't actually have that much cholesterol in it, because they're not being force-fed. And like organic vegetables as well, again, they're not being treated, they're not having things pumped into them, they are just growing naturally at their own pace, how our bodies are meant to have them, basically. Like it's all evolved perfectly. Why would we then put chemicals on things which are unnatural? Like, it just makes no sense to me. Everything's evolved to be a perfect ecosystem. So if this vegetable is just growing naturally, then that's the best for our body, because we have been grown naturally. We come from the same things. Make sense?
And it just makes such a big difference to you, and it's actual more fuel for your body. So imagine running a car off of like cheap petrol, like it's going to clog up your car faster than if you use like the premium, highest quality petrol. And that's the same for our bodies. So you want the best fuel for your body so it can move and do things more efficiently without less like drawback.
My ears are so pokey out in this headband, but I don't care. Number 4 is understanding your relationship with coffee. I've always kind of slandered coffee, said it's really bad, and it is bad for you to drink every day. If you are reliant on coffee, it's not good for you, because then you're not reaping the benefits of it. So I didn't drink coffee. Recently I've started to drink coffee because my colleagues drink coffee, but ever since then my migraines have stopped. I've had actually one migraine. That was today, since I've started having coffee more regularly. I have it probably once or twice a week, which is more than I'd like. And when I do have a headache, I will have coffee then, and it gets rid of my migraines. Coffee is a bit of a hit and miss. Some people it causes headaches and migraines. Some people it treats headaches and migraines. Some people just doesn't do anything to. And then some people sometimes it will help. Sometimes it will cause a migraine. So really kind of just trial and error your relationship with coffee, because coffee can be really, really good. It cleanses your liver, and obviously, but anything, if it's not used in moderation, if it's exploited, then you don't want coffee running through your blood, basically. Number 5 is something I've definitely spoken about in my really extra long sleeping video, which I'm going to update, making sure to make it more easy to understand, all that. But don't go on your phone before bed. Previously, when I've spoken about this, I didn't really understand the science of it, but now I do, and I think it's quite a commonly known thing. If you don't know, it's because of the melatonin, and that is a hormone we have in our body that helps us sleep. And basically the blue light on any electronics, on phones, on computers, on clocks, whatever you've got, on digital watches, the blue light creating that image you see drains the melatonin in our body, and that makes it harder for us to sleep. Honestly, as well, it's not good for you because it's not good for your mind to keep active. You want to rest before you go to bed. And bringing me on to my next point is resting efficiently. This is something I didn't realise no one knows how to do. No one knows how to rest. I ask people this, and they're like, oh, I'm just chilling. Like, what are you up to? I'm just chilling, just resting. And actually, they're not. They're either playing games or maybe sleeping and stuff. And sleeping, I guess, is a good form of rest. But if you haven't rested your mind before sleeping, you're not effectively using that rest time. But playing games and things, yeah, it's leisure, but it's not resting. Your mind is in use. Your mind isn't calm, it's not mindful, it's not centering itself, it's not understanding itself, it's in use in this imaginary world, doing this imaginary thing. I'm not saying don't do these leisurely things, don't do these things that make you happy, but just be more mindful. Actually, things like reading, because you're processing information, you're kind of gathering, you're imagining it in your head. It's kind of a more mindful thing. Cleaning can be quite a mindful thing, going out for a walk, thinking about your body, just looking at your hand and being like, I can feel this. I can feel where the nails are, where the nail beds are, I can feel the air on it. And then try closing your eyes and try and imagine where everything is and feel it. And that just makes you more mindful instantly. Another really good tip to make you more mindful is notice the weight of things. So when you're walking is easy, or right now, I can feel that my lower back is touching this cushion, which there's weight against it, and same with my bum on the sofa, my feet on the sofa, and that just makes you more mindful, more understanding of your body. And then in return, your body communicates so easily and effectively with you, and that's just amazing. And then you will reap so many other benefits because your mind's actually rested, you will sleep easier, you will be more efficient and productive, and whereas someone else would be looking at a problem, they'd be like, how do I fix this? You, with your rested mind, would be like, duh, just like this. Does that make sense? Okay, sorry, I'm barely on 10 now, so I'm going to start speeding through these. Next one is aromatherapy and smells. Gabby DiMartino kind of picks up on this. But when I say aromatherapy, it doesn't have to be all this hippie, essential oils. You don't need to educate yourself on essential oils. It could just be a nice smelling candle that, makes you, feel like you want to get up, get moving, or makes you feel a certain way, you're just embracing a season, and you could just sit with these maple leaves and watch a Christmas film, or anything just makes you feel a certain way. And different smells can do that, smells of cupcakes, or a perfume that you used to wear at a certain time, or your mum's perfume or your dad's perfumes, and just surrounding yourself with smells that you like and that make you feel a certain way in a positive way. That is aromatherapy, and that makes you feel really good, and is really good for our minds and our bodies and our productivity and our efficiency without draining us out. Makes sense? That makes sense. I don't know. It makes sense to me. So you want to alkaline your body as much as possible. That's the biggest perk about going vegan, and that's why vegans kind of live longer and have a healthier body. If you're doing veganism right, it's because you have an alkaline body. And an acidic body is things like, especially red meat. When you're stressed, your body gets more acidic, and it's honestly, it's not good. It's not good to have a acidic body. That kind of quickens out the process, creates more stress. Like, not good for your heart. It's just ugh. But an alkaline body is more just like calm. Like, you can process things in your head more easily. You can move better. You're not as tense. You're more flexible. And your organs are meant to be alkaline. Your brain is the most, your brain and your heart are the organs that need the most alkaline in your body, which obviously shows that we need to be alkaline because these are the two most important organs that keep us going. So yeah, keep alkaline. If you don't want to go vegan, you can do this by cutting down meat, cutting down eggs, or you can just have like a shot of apple cider vinegar. This one's the best one because it has the mother with the mother, and that's the part which alkalines you. Or you can have some lemon in some water. I know lemon is acidic, but when it's digested, it makes your body alkaline, which is kind of weird, but it works. Next one is something which is really recent. I spoke about it in my environment and minimalism video, but it's shopping with a purpose. That really makes you feel more humble, kind of changes your mindset, makes you understand your place in the world a bit more. It changes the way you think about things. You think about who's making this, where did it come from, what did that person have to go through to make this? Am I appreciating this thing that I'm about to buy? Do I have something like it that I'm not appreciating already? Because people, especially the fashion world, people who make those things go through terrible, terrible, dangerous times just to make something for another human, and we have the same value. It doesn't really make sense to me. But shopping with a purpose, it just makes you more mindful. Another thing I've realised in the past few months is face massages, and that is so good for aging. We have so much stress in our faces. Like, you know you're tense when you massage something, and you get so gassy when you've been massaged. Like, literally, when Sharav massages my face, I burp so much, and it's like all that tension was in my face. Like, you know, I do face yoga and stretch my face anyways, but especially my forehead, like, I can't stretch that. So, like, just massaging that, just so, it's crazy. Okay, this is something I've literally done yesterday, day before yesterday, I don't know. But getting checked by alternative health professionals. But I went to see a chiropractor just for a checkup, and he ended up telling me things which I already knew, that like when I was younger I would say, Mum, like my spine's crooked, or like my shoulders are crooked. And obviously, like, you don't really take a kid seriously when they're saying that kind of stuff. But literally the first thing he said to me was like, your shoulders are crooked, and like your spine's curved in like the wrong way. And I was like, I knew it. And like, I've got things wrong with my neck here, like my vertebrae, and that can be a really big cause of headaches. And like, I get these horrible tension bumps where I literally thought I had like brain cancer and was gonna die. And my GP was like, that's just your spine. But my chiropractor was like, no, there's something wrong there. But just getting checked by a chiropractor, because you don't realize what goes on in your body. You could just be like me, born with like wonky shoulders and stuff, which kind of hinders my yoga. And I'm like, why can I not move this shoulder? Like, trying to force it into a position when really I shouldn't be doing that. So it's just good to know. And obviously all your nerves are down your spine. Like, any communication your brain is telling your body pretty much goes through your spine. Something else, which is my most popular video on my channel, so I will direct you to that if you want more info, because this video is dragging on, but it's feng shui. Like, I literally, like I said, with the earthing mat, when I stay at other hotels or houses, I hate it. I hate it so much because my room is a feng shui room. And along with that is kind of colour therapy and understanding colours and your reaction to colours. So I said I've got a video all about this as well, but it's quite long, so I'll sum it up. Basically, our brain has different chemical reactions when we see different colours. So like, I love warm toned colours, so I love red and I love dark green, and that makes me happy. So I surround myself with that warm colours. So definitely understanding colours in relation to yourself, and also wearing colours, what colours like make you feel good, make you feel more like yourself, and that just makes you blossom into this amazing person. Something which is good for your mind is seeing old friends. Like, just even just DMing them, slide into their DMs, be like, do you remember this? We have busy lives, we get on with our lives. And just like talking to these old friends, like, just because you haven't spoken to them for like, what, 3 months doesn't mean that you're not still friends. Like, that's something when people leave school and when they leave uni is hard to adjust to. But like I dropped out of uni, so I've been used to that for however many years. Whereas my peers are kind of just going through that now. But yeah, just, it doesn't mean you're not friends. Like, and even if you aren't as close, like if you were friends once, like they still have that care for you. Just slide into their DMs, send them a smiley face, whatever. Like I spoke to my friend Leo the other day. I still count him as my best friend, one of my best friends in the whole world. And it just made me so happy. And I said to him, like, this has made me so happy. And he was like, same. And it's just like, it's just good. Like, it's good. And that brings me on to my next point, which is saying sorry to people who have been significant in your life that don't really like you. I did this earlier on in the year. I did mention it in my love tea video, but then I wanted that to be more lighthearted, didn't want to deepen it out, so I cut it out. But basically, I slid into all my ex's DMs. I've only got one ex really, but all the guys that like I spoke to growing up, or like I hurt, or just you have those people where you're like, damn, like I know they don't care, but I feel really bad that happened. And I slid into all their DMs and was like, look, you don't have to reply. Like, I literally just want this to be a letter of an apology. Like, you had a positive impact on my life. I'm sorry. Honestly, I was young. I used you for attention. Like, I see what you're doing through your social media now and you're killing it. Like, you're amazing. I'm so happy that you're happy. And, like, so many positive things has come from it. Only one person didn't reply, whatever. Didn't expect them to reply anyways. And that one person that didn't reply, like, that was my main ex that didn't reply. And like I've always had this kind of like, I didn't want to speak to him or anything, but I just wanted to be, I was like, I always said to Shara, I was like, why does he hate me so much? Like, why? I just want to talk to him. Like, why does he hate me? Like, what did I do wrong? So I just sent this apology letter, as I did to everyone else. And I was just thinking it wasn't going to really change much. But literally, it completely changed how I felt. I was like, there's no more I can do. Like, this person's never going to like me. Like, all I can do is just put how I feel out there and be like, look, we had some good times. I'm not gonna never treasure that, but like, I'm really sorry. And obviously, they don't give a pants about what happened however many years ago. But just for my own mind, like that was really healing for me. And I think that's something a lot of people don't do. They kind of just disregard their ex and get on with their life. But it's like, even if there's like a 1% guilt or like hate in there left from that, like that's gonna add up, like it just feels such a good feeling. Like there was this other person that I kind of had beef with, but not really, but like I kind of just used this person for attention, like made a time, probably abused their feelings and everything, and that obviously that's not my personality now whatsoever, and I felt so bad for that, and I knew he didn't care at all, but I still DM'd him and he was like, look, I forgave you years ago, like what, you don't need to do this. And he was like, oh, I've watched some of your videos, like they're really calming, they're really cool. And I was just like that felt really good. And that was honestly one of the most awakening soul things. Like I literally go to bed and there's nothing that like is playing on my mind, like completely clean slate of everything. And I did it to my friends as well, like honest with my friends now. Like if I kind of had beef with a friend but I still love them, I'm like, look, I don't want to come over your house, like I don't want to spend this time with you, but just know that I love you so much. And that's kind of a weird thing to process and to say, but like we're humans and we understand that feeling. And like I don't know, just not having tension is just so good for your mental health. And that was how long was that? 4 minutes just me babbling about that one tip, but it was amazing for me. That's probably the most significant thing I've done over the past year. And obviously I did it in steps. I didn't just DM all these people at one go. So I've done that over this past year and it's felt good. And obviously along with that, it kind of goes gratitude, like saying like, thank you for this, thank you for that. And like I'll be driving, and a big thing in Islam is like alhamdulillah and mashallah, which I'm definitely saying wrong, but I'm trying. And I say that all the time. It's like I drive and I live in the woods and I drive past these autumn trees and I'm just like, oh my god, like it's amazing. And I say these words, and I like say thank you and like, oh, like I'm so blessed. Like I don't deserve to see this. Thank you for letting me see this beauty, and feeling this happy feeling. Yeah, just being grateful for things and just. Literally, I get so overwhelmed sometimes, like, oh my god, I'm sitting on a sofa, I have a roof over my head, I have lights, I have warmth, I have choices and options. Like, gratitude's amazing, and yeah, it's easy to do. And honestly, I don't even think that was 33, but I'm going to cut it there because I don't want to cut any of this video out, but I know I'm going to have to because it can't be an hour long. But this is my 33 health tips 1 year on. Go watch my last year's one, see how awkward I was then, or am I more awkward now?